actually had. I never hear absolutely nothing until now, until this host.
Oh, shame. So you've only sorted yourself out now. So it is a good thing.
Yes.
Actually, I think what we must do is we
Right.
start immediately this time, and maybe not waste any time, so we don't lose you guys. So hi Nox, hi Ice Queen, hi Zasanda, hi Tobeka. Thanks so much for coming back, guys. I'm just going to quickly recap because a lot of you missed quite a few things on the first session. We just basically introduced ourselves quickly, and then we went over what the courses offer. We're starting our courses next week on the 2nd of July and on the 4th of July. So we're running courses on a Thursday and a Saturday. That is our 2-month course, Introduction to Modeling. So you can choose if you want to join the Thursday class or the Saturday class. So if you're coming from far, you could perhaps join the Saturday class. The Thursday class is from 5 to 6 and the Saturday class is from 11 to 12. So it's 1 hour a week for about 8 weeks. For those of you that are from far, Tariq, I know you are from far, and you feel you cannot join on, come all the way to Maritzburg. Also, now I have put your name down, and Justine, we've put your name down, and we are going to also send the package that we do on Zoom, because we also running, we haven't started yet, but we are about to start doing some classes on Zoom as well. So we haven't forgotten about it. We've just had hundreds and hundreds of inquiries and have been extremely busy.
Yes.
But we are sending, we're not going to forget about you, and we are going to send you the package very soon. So you can decide, you can come on a Saturday to Pietermaritzburg, or you can do the online classes. It's totally up to you. Well, the online costs of the online classes are different to these classes, but we will send you the packages with the cost. But Austin can just quickly go over the cost of these courses starting next week.
So the courses starting off next week, the 2-month course is for the whole course. You can pay it in installments, but we prefer if you pay it in 1 easier. And we also prefer that you do an EFT rather than that we handle with cash or anything like that.
Due to the COVID-19 restriction, most companies payments. So we do that. If you have a problem, then we can see what we can do, but we want to try and work with as little cash as possible. I see Ryan can't get in. I've also lost Erin there for a minute. Welcome, Vika. Welcome to Becca. Welcome, Noxie again. Welcome, Tariq again. Yes, guys, we're starting next week. We're so excited, and we hope that you guys would join us, and you're going to be so motivated today after this session, and that you're going to be joining us. We are a very, very professional team. We've been going for 35 years now. Is that right? 35 years. Started in '86, and we've trained many models, many supermodels. I think Candice Bonaparte is one of the most well-known models that started with Irene's models, and that was trained by Irene's models and also discovered by us. So we also train national and international models, not only train in Pietermaritzburg, but as well as in Cape Town. So, and I'm Master Runway Coach, and all our coaches are qualified, and most of them are senior coaches, so you will get only the best training with us. We are one of the top modeling academies in South Africa, which is fantastic for all the Pietermaritzburg peeps, because they're right here in Pietermaritzburg and they're benefiting, I think, hugely from having us here. You do need the training. You cannot start the modeling industry without going through this training. It is extremely important. You have to have the best training, the correct training before you can start as a model. And as I said, we believe in diversity, and we believe that we should be able to take on any models, shape, size, any disability that you might have. we don't want to turn you away, because we want to stand for an agency and a company, a modeling academy that stands for diversity in this industry, which we have been fighting for a long time now. We also have an agency, so you can join our agency as well. We've got a boutique agency. It's a mother agency. So we do mother our models out to other agencies in Cape Town. And then we also work with international agencies from there. Yeah, so don't give up, guys. Come and do the training. If you ever wanted to be a model, go for it. Don't ever give up on your dream. I think that is very
Miss Irene? Miss Irene?
Yes,
So when we do come for the courses, like what will be the procedures when we do come? Like,
So when you do come, we've got 8 lessons, and each one of them an hour each, and each lesson builds up knowledge from a previous lesson, and we've got a package that we offer. So lesson number 1, we will do posture and deportment. And each lesson we do motivation as well. And then lesson number 2 will be catwalk, and then we will do makeup for the girls and the guys, and we'll do grooming and styling and projection, lots of catwalk, commercial and editorial. So that's what you will be doing in each class. But remember, you've got to register first. So you've got to tell us after.
yes.
Hi, guys, I want to register now. Please, can you register me? And then we will send you an enrollment form. You'll fill it in. If you don't have email, you can come on the 2nd or the 4th of July, and we'll register you at our studio. Our studio is very, very conveniently centrally located in Pietermaritzburg, 208 Peter Kirchhoff Street, which is now called, it's now called Peter Kirchhoff. It used to be Chapel. Everybody knows it, I think, still as Chapel. But we won't put you into any position that you'll feel uncomfortable. The way we approach our students and the way we run our classes are very unique, and they've been very successful. So we won't put you into any uncomfortable position. We'll make you feel comfortable, we'll make you feel welcome, we'll make you feel part of the family, but you will be doing training that will benefit you as a model, and that will benefit you, and that will give you confidence.
So
Okay, thank you so much for that.
to sum it up, you can only gain by joining the courses. There's nothing you can lose. That's mostly you can just gain. So gain self-confidence, work on the small things you struggle with. If you have any problems, you can talk to a coach. He can be a friend to you.
Yes, we do deal with lots of problems as well that individuals have. It could be bullying at school, it could be a low self-esteem. So we do have that one-on-one relationship as well with our students, where we can give you good advice, build their confidence up. I think the main thing is the confidence and the really fantastic training that you'll be getting. We're going to go on to a question and answer session. So if you guys can type questions and we will answer them. So I don't know if you're familiar with Zoom, but there is a little area there that you can type. Maybe Austin can just explain to you where they can type.
Yeah, so if you go onto your screen, there will be a section that says chat. Just click on that button and then there will be a little chat area on your right hand side. You can just give any questions you guys want, need anything, we'll just answer from there.
Guys, I just see there's a question about the course fees. If you don't have the full amount to join, please send us a WhatsApp and say you really would like to join, but you'd like to pay it off over 2 installments. And then we can discuss the 2 installments with you. Have you got any more questions?
Miss Irene? From the day we start our courses at your studio, how long will it take for us to become a qualified model? Like, let's say we come for every course.
course, yeah. I think with the beginner's course, it's an introduction to modeling course. It's an 8-week course. I think each individual is different because some people gain confidence quicker than others. Some learn quicker than others, and then some people get a lucky break much quicker than others. So it's difficult to say. I would say that if you work hard, you can actually start working as a model after the 2-month course. If you're lucky,
Yes.
you might then have to, if you feel that you're still not getting the castings in your portfolio, you still need to build on your portfolio, which is very important, then you can do another course with us. But we've had models that's been very successful that's only done 1 course, which is the Introduction to Modeling Beginners course. But then, of course, we've had models that's been extremely successful, like Austin and Erin, that went through the whole package, right from the beginning, from your beginner's course right through to your Gold Club course. So it just depends. You can do the courses. You can do a 2-month course now. Next year, you can do another 2-month course. You can do them continuously, one after the other. We leave that option totally open to you. But we do have an agency. So if, of course, our clients are looking for what your look right now, and we definitely would give you opportunities immediately. But we do just at least need you to go through the 2-month course so you get trained and you know how to handle yourself in the casting, you know how to put your portfolio together. We've also got something that we've just added to our courses, that we're going to be teaching our models to do their own portfolio shoots. So we'll teach you how to do that and which are the right photos to put into your own portfolio shoot. So you can do your own little shoot at home, and we could put that onto our database, and we can actually start you off with your own photo shoot. But it's just got to be the right photo shoot, the right photos, the right looks, going to be looking in the right direction, etc. And that is what we will also be helping you with during this course. And social media is becoming so popular at the moment, and a lot of our clients are using our models off Instagram. So that is also something to discuss with you guys and chat to you guys. Those of you that want to be influencers, we would like to also teach you how to do that on Instagram. Sorry, now and again we've got some voices coming through. We just need to mute very quickly. So any other questions that you have? I see Austin is typing and he's going out of the screen. Yeah, anything else that you'd like to ask? Erin, is there anything you can think of that you would like to add?
Irina, it's just kind of in reply to some of the typed questions that I've seen. As far as success rate and what happens after your first course of training, guys, Irene's Models is an incredibly successful agency, both with national and international models. Our academy offers courses not just for people who want to be models. Please keep that in mind. It's also for people who are just looking for a bit of self-confidence. So we do both, but we use the academy as kind of a scouting ground. After your 2-month training in your beginner's course is finished, we then have about a 2-week break, Irene, and then we hold the next course, which is called your intermediate course. Then that's 2 months, then again another 2-week break. Then we hold the advancement course, then a 2-week break, then your model club course, and then a 2-week break, and then we hold what's called the Gold Club course. That completes your training. That's an extended period where each course is 2 months with a 2-week break in between. So just keep that in mind, that training is a continuous thing. Austin and myself and Ryan as well, and our other coaches, we're still technically models in training. Doesn't matter how successful you are. If you don't fit a brief, you can go ages without any work or without being paid for a shoot or a show. So unfortunately, it's one of those things where unless you like Irene says, most of the time get your lucky break and work really, really hard with a lot of turn downs along the way and disappointments along the way. It's a very difficult industry to be incredibly successful in. So yeah, that's just one of the things to keep in mind, that until you are a fully trained model, which means you've done all of your courses with Irene, and she has then taken you on into the agency and actually trained you as a professional model, success is a very difficult term to define in the industry because of how particular briefs are and how particular clients are when choosing their looks that they are they're looking for specifically.
Yes, I think that's why it's so important to have a good agency and have good training, because the training also helps you with confidence. So it teaches you to be able to handle rejection and not to give up. And I think that is so important. If this is your passion and you really want to do this, it might take a year, 2 years, 3 years, 3 months. But if this is what you really want to do, don't give up. Try and continue, because there's so many avenues that's opening up in the industry right now. Up to now, we've only had opportunity to send our portfolios out through agencies and getting castings through agencies. But now the agencies are working a lot on social media and on Instagram, and their models. If you watch our Instagram page, guys, please join our Instagram page, Irene's Models. You'll see that we really work hard on promoting our models, and that really helps to get the models more work and to make them successful. So things are changing slowly but surely right now. And if you are a fantastic model like both these guys, Erin and Austin, they're magnificent on the catwalk as well, that gives you such an advantage in this industry as well. With the plus size models coming up, and diversity making there's more opportunity, and we also do television. There's so many different types of modeling. You can do commercial, you can do editorial, you can do movies, advertise, do TV advertising. And you can make a lot of money doing television advertising. We've just had a break on one of our adverts right now, where they've just approached us to run one of the ads that we've just done, to run them again internationally this time. So now you're coming, and your fee that you got in the first time, if you got 50 or 25 to 50,000 the first time, you're now looking at 100,000, because they've now decided to run the television ad internationally. That's why I just say, guys, don't give up. There's been so many models in the industry that thought they'll never make it. I mean, if you look at Tops, Tobeka, one of the models that I've just trained in Cape Town, I had to work really, really hard on her. She's booked a lot of magazines and editorial spreads, and I'm just so proud that she's just booked a lot of runway as well. So it's just perseverance. You've got to look after yourself, keep your skin looking good, work hard at your body. And that's where Austin comes in. He's a personal trainer. He's a fitness freak. He's our fitness coach at Irene's Models. So it doesn't matter what size you are. If you're petite, if you're plus, if you're curvy, you still got to be fit, because you're competing. So just look after yourself, do fantastic training, learn from the best, and then put it into practice and find yourself a good agency, and hopefully that agency will be us. Because remember, I'm also a scout, and I've decided this year to really work hard on my scouting.
Must Irene?
Yeah. Tariq, I can hear you. You can go ahead and ask your question.
Yes. Is it possible for one person to like do hand modeling, then television modeling, then like those different types of modeling, but not at once, but like in different stages?
Yeah, about the hand modeling and that.
But like one person can one person do different types of modeling, yes. Or is it just one specific?
Yeah, I think if you can do everything and be diverse, that is the best. That's the first prize. And also just doing hand modeling and just doing leg modeling. I mean, I think you should be able to do more than just hand or leg, because you're not going to be that successful just focusing on hands or just legs.
Mhm.
Got good hands.
Yes.
Most models have really nice hands, and they do look after themselves, and it's one of the things we do look at. But you've got to try and do more than just that, I think, to be successful. As Erin says, it's such a difficult industry. I think you must try and rather think, do I want to do commercial? Do I want to do editorial? I can do both. Some models can try and focus. There's not a lot of money in just focusing on editorial, but it is doing very well in Cape Town at the moment. And so we can send you to Cape Town if you are more an editorial type of model. But the commercial models also just do very well all over the world. So I think rather look at it as being editorial or be commercial. Commercial is just if you are just sort of got the girl next door or the guy next door look. So you're more sort of a commercial type of model, maybe a little bit shorter than the average model. The editorial models are the taller models, the models that's slightly different looking, that's got something different about them. You might have the gap between your teeth, and everybody loves that, and all the editorials that you might book just because you have a gap between your teeth. So I focus a lot on editorial runway. I love editorial runway. It's my passion. That is what, when you watch South African Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week, that's type of walk that you see on the catwalk. It's called editorial. But if you do go local, just for Mr. Price or Truworths, that'll be the commercial side of the industry. So I would say try and focus on more, not just on one specific hand or feet or legs. Yeah. And if you do the training with us,
Yes, I
you do everything. You
fully understand.
sure, you can do editorial because we do the full package.
Yes, thank you. I have one more question.
Sure.
Now, after the courses, now you said that it depends on the person whether they are fully capable of becoming the model after those courses. Like, does those? Oh, wait, can I gather myself quickly? I'm sorry, government work. Not really government, but like working with the old age homes and voluntary work. Does that get you in a higher level of modeling, or does it help you like to go to another level?
I think it's very important to do charity, but you cannot become
Yes, that's what I meant.
yourself. I think you've got to just choose your charities. And I think if you're a model that is involved in charities, it's very good. We do lots of charity work. And it has been, we really have benefited from doing the charities that, and also if you give, you get so much more back. So I do believe that you've got to do some charity work. And I think it's wonderful if you could do work for the old age home and do entertainment there. I think it will, you would definitely benefit, but just be careful that you just, if this is what you want to do, that you don't just do charity, that you maybe try and get your agency to chat to your agent, chat to your booker, and see if they could perhaps also book you some paid gigs. It's very difficult living in Pietermaritzburg. So we have to travel to do all our castings, and most of our castings in Durban. And but what's good about being with Irene's models is that we've got the opportunity to send you to Cape Town as well as Europe. And yeah, one of the models I've just trained now is in Asia at the moment, and she hasn't stopped working right through COVID-19. So yeah, there's lots of opportunities being with us, and it's nice being with an agency that's close to you. Because if you're with somebody that's too far away, if you live in Maritzburg, you're somebody in Durban, they don't really look after you like you would be looked after living and working closely to an agency in your town.
Irene?
Yes.
Can I just, I think also on that point that Tariq made about working in terms of your charity work and old age homes, etc. That kind of work, Tariq, only gets you into, like, it only really boosts your portfolio if you are doing more pageant type of work. Your editorial and your commercial modeling, it's always nice to be able to do charity and aid work, but it doesn't really improve your chances as much in terms of getting a paid job. Even as a working model though, there are shows or there are events that we would do that are for free in terms of being for a charity, so we put in time, but it only really helps you in terms of experience as far as your commercial or editorial modeling goes. Pageant work though, which Irene can do, we don't do a lot of it, but pageant work does involve a lot of charity work in order to get you further. So that's the difference in terms of pageant versus the type of editorial or commercial work that we focus on more.
Yes, I think doing charity work in the beginning when you're a model, I would encourage it in the beginning, like when you're doing a beginner's course or maybe an intermediate course, it gives you a lot of experience. So it gives you the feel of the runway, it gives you the feel of walking in front of people. So when you have to be in a very big show, you've had the experience. So I think there it gives you a little bit of experience. And I also see somebody's just asked, if we are sent to a project in Europe, do we have to pay for the traveling expenses? It just depends. Usually when you are booked for a gig in Europe, you are already signed through our Cape Town agency to work internationally because they've got a huge international section. So you will already be in Europe. You don't often get booked to actually travel all the way from South Africa to Europe. So you would have really have a contract in Europe as a South African model. And you must just remember that the modeling agency will help with accommodation and set up with accommodation, but there are going to be expenses that the model is going to have to pay. So that's why we encourage the models in the beginning to do a little bit of waitressing work, just to pay for the traveling, the taxi fees, etc. But you can also usually have an account with an agency where they can pay for your traveling, and then you can pay them back once you start working. But it just all depends. Okay, guys, we're going to end in 10 minutes. So I don't want us to be kicked off like we were the last time. So I'm just going to say from my side, this was absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. Any queries, please ask us on WhatsApp. We will answer more queries tomorrow. We'll also try and put this recording. It's also new to us. It's our first Zoom session ever. We'll try and put this recording on the open day as well. Austin's going to do that, so you can listen to it again. Austin, you want to wrap up?
I want to say thank you for coming and joining. So as you guys heard, the opportunities are limitless, which you can achieve. And just go out there, tell your friends about us, tell them to join as we send you guys the link for the Zoom. Send it to your friends, let they join next time and we get more participants. And so we can just spread the word, because as Irene said earlier, the Zoom meetings are going to become a bigger thing as the time goes on. So your friends used to joining the Zoom meetings, and so we'll just get to know each other and travel a journey with you guys. So we really hope to see you guys soon.
Yeah, we hope you're all ready to start your journey with us. Okay, Erin, you can finish with us.
Yeah,
I have one more question, please.
Go for it, Tariq.
Carry on. I'll ask after you.
Go for it, Tariq.
No, carry on.
Oh, okay. Erin, you can carry on.
Okay, yeah, I was just going to kind of end off from my part and say that, like Austin, or was it Ryan, said earlier, that you have nothing to lose in coming to a course. You don't have to attend all the courses one after another. You can take a break in between a couple of courses if it's a financial problem. So it's up to you, and we don't expect you to do anything you're not comfortable with ever. So, come and join us, come and see what the first course is like and see if it's for you. And then, if you want to carry on, then we help you and we train you and we carry on from there. So yeah, we really hope to see you guys at your first training day. And yeah, we'll answer any questions that you have on the WhatsApp group as well.
Okay, Tariq, you want
Thank you.
to ask a question?
Yes, I'm sorry, this might be a straightforward question, but like, how much do we get paid, like, for each photo shoot?
Oh, it's very different. I can't say. It's different all the time because we have to negotiate with clients and try and get the jobs and talk them down or ask them to pay more. So it's very, it fluctuates. But once you start working in Cape Town, and you do get work in Cape Town, then you will be paid more. But here in KZN, I think, and we just have to negotiate, and it can be anything from 350 Rand an hour to 1,000 Rand an hour. If you're doing a TV commercial, you can get paid up to 100,000 Rand. Yeah, so it just all depends. I think you're going to have to just, at the moment, you just have to, sort of get your training done and see if you enjoy it, and then start doing a little bit of work. And I think you can't say that you're going to be making 100,000 Rand this month and 200,000 Rand the next month. There could be some months that you can make nothing. So, and then some months that you can really, really do well. So it's very difficult to answer that question. But for runway, yeah, usually the runway rate would be if you're an A grade model, B grade model, depending how experienced you are. If you're not experienced at all, they usually don't want to pay the model at all. But the models can do very well if they're experienced and well trained and have a really good portfolio. But once you start your training with us, we could perhaps go into more depth about the payments. Maybe
Okay.
I can do that, the more admin side of it. Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, I just got one last question, please. Like, is your agency just about modeling for clothes, or like jewelry and like, like
Everything.
food or everything? Okay, that's so cool.
Everything.
That's cool. That's ultimately cool.
Everything we want to, except obviously we don't do nude modeling. Remember that?
Oh, yes, I understand.
Yeah, but everything else.
Okay, thank you.
And obviously we look at everything as it comes in, and if we don't like what we see, then we don't accept. So we always look after our models as well, which is important. Okay.
Do you all also make your own like clothing?
No, we model other people's clothes and designer clothes.
Although one of our coaches is a designer, so sometimes we do model his clothing, but we as an agency have branded like agency model clothing, so in terms of a cap or t-shirts, but we don't do actual fashion. We don't have a fashion line as such.
Yes, that's what I meant actually, but thank you so much.
Orion has got a fashion line, but yeah, we get paid to model other people's clothes.
Yes.
Vika,
Okay, that's cool. Thank you.
we mentioned earlier that you get contracted by showing potential. So if you show potential, then you get a contract through the agency.
Definitely.
Yes. And
we will grab you immediately.
And Ice Queen, we do Gothic Week, you can always mention as a theme in the group that you are modeling with. So with your graduation stuff, the themes you choose, you can choose as a Gothic or jean theme or anything like that.
Yeah. No, we're very open-minded. We do like to do all different kinds of themes. Yeah, as long as it's all good and we're all happy. I think that's the most important thing. Right. I don't think I said hi to Vika because he came on and we were just sort of in the middle of things. So hi there. Guys, your microphones are muted, I think, except Tariq's, because he had lots of questions from the beginning. So we kept his mic on. And there wasn't any noise in the background, so that was important. But we didn't mute mics because there were lots of noise in the background, but we do give you the opportunity to ask questions, to type in your questions. But if you have any more questions, please, you can WhatsApp us, and we'll also try and put this this open day on the WhatsApp as a recording, so you can listen to it again and you can send it to your friends that would like to join. Yes, otherwise we can sign out if there's no more questions. No more
I have
questions?
a last question.
Yes, sure.
Last question. So when I'm sorry. So when we are taking out photo shoots, can we like do any poses? Like let's say we cannot like have a dog next to us or like a bike or car. You know what I mean?
You can answer
Like
that.
any like
Also depend on the theme that you do. So I know for our first photo shoot, the theme is normally like a casual summer theme. But then you can have a dog, you can have even a swimming, anything with you. But normally it depends on the
yes,
theme you do with the photographer. So sometimes we do,
yes,
let's say, do a theme about umbrellas, then you'll have umbrella with you. But if you do like a fun summer theme, which is casual, then you can have a dog with you, taking photos with that. You can have a massive teddy bear that you're holding. So yeah, it just depends on the type of theme that you're going to be doing.
yes. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys. We really appreciate it so much that you signed in and listened to us, and we're so glad that you got into Zoom, because that was our biggest fear, that you guys weren't going to get into the group. But thanks so much. Download Zoom onto your phones right now.
Thank you.
That could be easier for you next time. Thank you, guys. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you so much.
Night.
Hope to see you guys soon.
Have a nice evening.
See you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.